Hey guys, the Explorer of Horror here. Welcome back to some more reviews, and today we're going to be getting to my review on the film by Abel Ferrara, The Driller Killer. Yes, another video nasty review. Don't know if this will be a series of reviews or anything, but I did see this one recently, wanted to check it out. The Driller Killer. Classic, awesome video nasty cover right there at the drill gun in the head. There's also some good reversible artwork in it as well. I mean, it's Arrow. They do a great job with all of the alternate artwork. I guess I could just show you guys real quick the alternate artwork in there. Pretty cool. And The Driller Killer, this is a film from 1979, gets a 5.2 on IMDb, directed by, like I said, Abel Ferrara. Very famous director. Miss 45, Fierce City, Miami Vice, The Gladiator, Crime Story, China Girl. I mean, King of New York. The name, Bad Lieutenant. Just the names keep going for this director. He's a very, very infamous director, and this is, if not his first feature film, one of his first feature films. And the Driller Killer is basically about a guy in New York. He's an artist. He's painting this new portrait, or this new painting that will be his best work of art. He's putting all of his time and energy into this, and really all of his money. And he's struggling. He can't pay the bills. He has a couple of roommates, and like I said, they are just struggling to stay above water. And basically, this guy, who is played by Abel Ferrara, Reno, is losing his mind and is slowly going down and spiraling down this madness where he becomes obsessed with getting this drill and being this serial killer. And essentially it's him going around, like I said, just scene by scene, losing more and more of his mind, and him killing people. He's loose in New York, killing people with the drill. And to get into this movie, I do think this film is pretty well made. I enjoyed it for the most part. I thought it had a lot of good elements to it. Good cinematography, good direction. And I also thought, for the budget and the time they had with this movie, which was not a lot, I thought Abel Ferrara pulled it off. The acting wasn't too bad. Maybe here and there were a couple of performances I was like, but this is a movie that was made pretty guerrilla filmmaking style. I mean, they didn't really have permits to shoot anywhere. A lot of the scenes in this movie are real, of Abel Ferrara going out and shooting the streets of New York and shooting homeless people, filming just random stuff, filming homeless people, filming the streets. And this movie was shot just as much as they could, basically. They just went out and shot what they could. And apparently they didn't really know a lot about what they were doing with this film. I mean, this film was basically like a trial by error type of thing, where it took a minute to get made, has a fairly low budget, and ended up being, I think, a decent hit. I mean, obviously it had to have made some kind of money. Has a budget of $20,000. Wow, $20,000 to make this movie. Impressive. Very, very impressive. So super, super low budget. Kind of a grindhouse type of movie. And I must say, for the budget being that low, I didn't know it was that low. $20,000. That's an incredible budget to work with. That's just, wow, very well done with the budget, utilizing the budget. But yeah, it's got a lot of great scenes of New York, seeing the 70s run-down streets, filming on some really just looks gritty. Looks gritty, grimy at times. Reminds me of that Taxi Driver atmosphere, or Maniac. Those are definitely other films that utilize the New York atmosphere. Just real dingy looking, real just grimy looking. And the lead character, you kind of get a peek into his mind a little bit. He starts having these weird visions. He's seen his girlfriend without her eyes. Her eyes have been gouged out. There's a vision of him with blood spraying everywhere and just him going crazy with this drill. And you're sort of seeing a guy go from being relatively normal to completely losing it. And I thought Abel Ferrara did decent in the acting department. I know, well, I don't know if a lot of people like trash his acting, but I thought he did pretty decent for being the lead guy, lead performance. Thought it was decent. I also thought that the two roommates did pretty good jobs with their acting. And a lot of these scenes, they just feel real. They feel real. They don't feel like they've been staged very much. Like there's this band, I will say this is definitely a problem. There's this band in this movie that is so annoying. I could not stand it. I don't care. People are like, well, that was punk, man. It is such an annoying band, and they play through a lot of the movie. That was my one problem, was the band didn't die. And I was just like, God damn it. Because this lead singer, he's just kind of out of it and egotistical, and the band is just constantly playing this freaking music that's really annoying, man. And they make you think that this guy is gonna like murder the band, and it ends up not happening. It's like, oh my god, you killed all these other people, but the really annoying band. It's like, man, that was definitely like, it was just annoying, real annoying. But yeah, like I said, it's just him spiraling out of control, and I think the movie is pretty well made for the low budget. I think it's got a lot of good scenes of him just going around and just drilling people on their backs. There's a scene at this bus stop where he somehow gets the drill in between this crack and drills the guy, and he just slides down the glass as the drill's going in, and you see the blood leaking down. Pretty cool scene. Of course, this infamous scene where he drills this homeless guy in the head. Real crazy stuff there. The end of the movie where he has this giant drill just going through this guy who won't give him more money for his project, and also completely just rips apart his work and just, you know, just basically says his art is trash. And that's the thing. This guy's last hope is this art he's making, which is this painting of this buffalo. And if this doesn't work, it's over. They're behind on the bills. They're behind on payments. People are trying to leave. And this is it. And it ends up not working out. And that was just the last thing that just completely made this character lose his mind. And it's a pretty interesting idea that he gets makeup on, I guess, kind of to look pretty for this guy, because maybe this guy, he could be gay. He's kind of flirting with the lead character, the Abel Ferrara character. You also do have a lesbian couple in this movie, which they have a shower scene, so that's in there. But I'm assuming what they were trying to do was this character is trying to make himself maybe look a little like pretty, like disturbing, pretty. I don't know. It was trying to freak out this guy he's gonna go see, and he has this giant drill and just freaking kills him with that. I think he impales him on the door, and. Yeah, Driller Killer, man, it's very well done for the low budget, for the time they had to make it, for the resources they had. It actually is a very well-made movie. There's a lot of scenes of just, like I said, the movie is looking totally grindhouse. And even the aspect ratio, which I think you can play around with this Blu-ray, you can change the aspect ratio. I left it at its original because I love that grindhouse aspect ratio. But you can switch it around as well. But the sound effects, the sound design, I do like the score for the rest of the movie. I don't know who did the music, but I thought the score was very well done, very creepy sounding. And just, you have certain scenes that are interesting. There's a scene where he's arguing with his girlfriend. He's like, you don't fucking know, man. You don't know nothing about art, man. You see this money? See his money, tearing it up, throws it. That's why I care about the money, man. That's why I care. And that's great. I love the pizza scene where they got this pizza and he's just mowing down this pizza, not letting them get any of it, just mowing down. Of course, they just grab the piece and throw it at his face and be like, you asshole. That was a pretty funny scene. But yeah, there's a lot of crazy stuff in this movie. Him just run around the streets, and they filmed this like really on the New York streets. And he's running around with a drill and, pretend to kill this dude. And I'm like, how did the cops not get caught while they made this movie? I don't know. I really don't know how they pulled films like this off in Maniac, where they didn't really have permits. They just went out and shot the movie, and we'll get what we can type of thing. And of course, it's a darker movie, not a lot of lighting, but utilizes a bit of the natural lighting. There's a couple scenes where maybe it looks a bit too dark, that I think it could have utilized some more lighting, but yeah, it's just a nitpick, but it is kind of a dark movie at times. Kind of hard to see what's going on sometimes. But yeah, like I said, overall, I really enjoyed it. Very, very good film. Solid 70s slasher grindhouse movie. One of the most infamous video nasties because of this cover. This cover, a lot of the covers for the video nasties didn't help their case, and really were the things that made people go, "What? This is on shelves? No way!" And yeah, I mean, I enjoy a lot of things about this, a lot of things to this movie, a lot of things about it. Just overall, it's a short movie, not boring at all for me. I like most of the direction, cinematography, certain key scenes I really enjoyed. The ending, I thought was a pretty decent ending. Overall, it's not a bad flick at all. I'd give it like a 3.5 or a 4 out of 10. Or a 4 out of 10, that's horrible. 3.5 out of 5. I gave like a solid 3.5. It's well done. It's well told. I enjoyed it for the most part. And yeah, solid flick. So if you guys have seen this movie, definitely let me know your guys' thoughts on this from the comments below. If you haven't, I'd say check it out. If you like grindhouse, if you like gore, kind of bloody films, if you like 70s horror, check it out. It's a pretty decent watch. There's definitely some good stuff to this movie. But anyways, that's going to do it for this review. Kind of a shorter review today. It's going to do it. Driller Killer's great. 3.5 out of 5. Enjoyed it. Good stuff. They have an Arrow Blu-ray of it, which is really cool. It has a it says 4K restoration. Is that a 4K or a Blu-ray? I thought it was a Blu-ray. I think it's a Blu-ray. I don't think it's a 4K. But they have some interviews on there. It has a commentary track. If you're a fan of the movie, this is really cheap. I got it for really, really cheap. So, Driller Killer, recommend it. Good stuff. But anyways, thanks so much for watching. Take care. Have a good night. And the Explorer 4 is out of here. See you guys in the next one.